So what's going on this week? What do you need to focus on? What do you need to take in consideration? And why? These are a few questions I will be answering in this video. Actually, I'm recording this introduction after having recorded the video. That's easier, because now I remember what I've been talking about, because my videos are not scripted. So, get comfortable. Yes, it's a 20-minute video, but see it as some kind of contemplation for yourself, meditation, grounding, getting some new perspectives, and enjoy the journey. Like, subscribe, and share. Hi, my name is Lotfi, and today I would like to make a video like I used to record them back in the days, but then slightly different. And the reason for that is that things keep changing, so we need to adapt. We are changing within us, just like the world outside us is changing. Some even say the world outside us is a clear reflection of the world within us. And that makes it interesting, because you may say, how am I responsible for a war in some country or for famine in some other countries or any other crazy thing that is happening? But the fact is, and I'm talking from experience, personal experience, but also the experience of others, that when we work on ourselves and we change things within ourselves, our reality starts to change. The world surrounding us starts to change. Yes, there may be still war in some country, but I'm not experiencing it where I live. I am in a place where there is peace, where there is quite some harmony. There's still some imbalance as well, but then I contribute to bringing back some balance through what I'm doing. And that is exactly what I have been doing for the past many years within myself. And if you watching this and you really don't get it, then maybe your path is very different, or you're just starting your journey in this area. Just like I had a point where I had to start it, and then I saw there were all these people who had already done things, or at least I saw where they were in their lives, and they were like, wow, I also want to be that calm, that relaxed, no matter what is happening, just like that person or that person. And that inspired me to start working on myself. I started talking with these people, and then I started attracting on my path more and more of this kind of people, and people who are teaching. And so you could find plenty of teachings that I've been uploading on my website, intuitiv.me. You will see it down here. There's no .com. Yeah, here. It's just intuitiv without e.me. That's it. You can find it on my YouTube channel, maybe already on my YouTube channel now, so you can find a lot. I have categories, I have playlists. You can use keywords. When you are on my channel, there's also a search bar, so not the one in YouTube, but in the channel on YouTube. And you can type keywords, and then you will start to see videos that have those keywords, because I do spend some time, I invest some time to put keywords so that people can actually find what they're looking for. Why am I recording this video? Well, I feel to record at least once a week a video. And so every week it's again a moment where I need to feel like, what do I want to talk about? And at some point during the week I do get inspiration from a quote or from a question of somebody. But that may not be the video I record in that moment. Sometimes just like, oh, that's interesting. But then that thing needs to ferment further, like a good wine, or bad example, I don't drink alcohol anymore. Things need to sink in, need to integrate. Maybe I saw that thing and I still need to do something with it because it caught my attention. So clearly there's something I need to do with it. Maybe it even triggered me. So there's something within me I need to work on regarding that. And then once I get the clarity, I can record a video. And we are approaching the longest day of the year, which, I mean, at least for the Northern Hemisphere, and for the Southern Hemisphere, it's going to be the shortest day of the year. Which means that in the Northern Hemisphere there will be the most light, assuming it's not cloudy. In the Southern Hemisphere it will be the darkest, assuming it's going to be winter weather. And for some people this means light and darkness in energy. I myself am not so sensitive to this, I believe. I'm also not always as sensitive as other people to moon cycles, solar flares, Schumann resonance. And then suddenly it just hits me hard, and then I'm like, why do I feel like this? Why are these things happening? And then I pick up left and right, like, it's this thing with the moon and this, that, and that. Okay. So this period may be a period for you where there will be a lot of change coming, happening, starting, finishing. It may be a period where it's time to take action. Consciously start something, finish something, go do that thing that you have been postponing. Like for example, I need to go do some how you call it, some administrative stuff, like registrations at local government and stuff like that, and they need to be extended. And I realized my driving license had expired 2 years ago. I haven't been driving for 2 years. I mean, actually, that's not true. I drove last year, not knowing that my driver's license had expired. And these are things I'm really not in the mood for. Especially not in a country where administration is like, slow, things are not so practical. We have some of the best internet in Europe, maybe even in the world, and yet so many things are still with paper and stamps and signatures and spitting and then putting it up. No, okay, that's a joke. Okay, these are things I really need to take action on. Otherwise, I will have some problems. So this period, although this month, I keep hearing it everywhere, is a month of slowing down, resting, which is also allowing yourself, your heart, your soul, your body, your mind to recover from all the stress from before, integrate the changes, and if you have to start some new things or you have to finalize things, then that's also part of bringing some peace, because once you finish something, you're like, it's done. Now I don't need to worry about this for the coming 2 or 5 years, or maybe even 10 years. With other things like, okay, I'm finally getting rid of these things from my life. I'm finally changing. I'm finally stepping into this new energy, into this higher frequency, in this better thing. But you hear the way I talk. You also hear the way I'm talking about it. It's not like, yeah, let's go and do it now! No. Do it from inner peace, from calmness. This way things will also go more smoothly. There will still be a lot of polarity in the world. The calmer we are, the less this will affect us. The less we need to interact with it. And if it comes on our path, then it means that we need to deal with some polarity within us, some self-judgment, some opinions, some beliefs that clearly are false, otherwise we wouldn't have issues with them. Like I said, it's on the outside, it's on the inside. So if you see a lot of crap on the outside, if you see a lot of polarity happening around you, then clearly you have it within you, so it's time to take care of that. And the more we deal with polarity within us, the less life is throwing polarity at us, because we already resolved it. That's how life works. We get on our path things that we need to learn from or learn about. And once we're done learning, they go away, they don't come on our path again anymore. Unless we reach a new level, a higher level, and we need to adapt to this higher level also in these areas. So these things come back on our path, but in a different way on this newer, higher level. And so yes, sometimes things keep coming back after some time. Not like constantly, because if it's regularly coming back, it means you're still in that level and you need to deal with it. But if it's like after a year or two and then something happens, and oh, I recognize this. But hey, if you pay attention, you'll be like, hey, there's a difference. Yes, that means you're doing it on the next level. And yes, it can be annoying, can be exhausting sometimes. But realizing that we grew and that we're doing things on a higher level, on the next level, means that we're evolving. And that's why it's really important to sometimes take a moment to look back, like where we used to be. Some people say, never forget where you come from. And it's often used from an ego perspective, like, you come from a poor family, so you shouldn't be arrogant now. Or you should remember, you are a nothing, so you will always be a nothing, and remember your place in society because, you come from that. That's how it's often used. But it originates from, remember where you come from, who you were before, how you were before. Because judging people who are doing certain things, who believe certain things today, maybe you just judging your old self. And they may be judging you too on certain aspects, maybe completely different aspects. And they'll be judging themselves, their past selves. There's a lot going on about enlightenment and stuff like that, and 3D, 4D, 5D. Some people are already talking about 6 and 7D. We all have our path in life. And if you look at all the different paths, they all lead to the same in the end. But we all take different paths, experiencing different things. Sometimes it's similar, And that's why we meet certain people and they stay in our lives for a while and then they move again. Or we move again, but it seems like they're leaving us. But sometimes we're aware of it and then we're leaving them. Doesn't mean it needs to be a fight, but there need to be hard feelings. No, it can just be we do not resonate anymore that much, we're not on the same frequency anymore, we don't have the same interests anymore, we don't do the same things anymore. That's okay. We're changing, we're evolving. How many of our friends from when we were 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old are still our friends today? And even if we meet them, even if you're so lucky that you have, or lucky, maybe not, but if you're attending class reunions, is it really the same? Or have people really changed? Have you changed? I hope this video inspires you. I hope this video reminds you of the importance of taking things easy and taking conscious steps. Taking things easy does not mean not doing anything, although we sometimes really need to rest. So this last weekend, I barely did anything. My father called me and asked me twice, what have you been doing this week? Nothing. Just doing nothing, just relaxing. Because I needed it. It doesn't mean that I didn't learn new things, that I didn't realize new things. But it was not from force or from having to. It was all in a very relaxing atmosphere. And yet I can look back at the weekend and say, well, I did a few good things. I'm happy about that. And this is also how I intend to enter this week. I'm gonna do what I really feel now is the moment to do. And then certain things are not going already as I hoped. Like I need for this administration stuff, I need a paper from somebody, and that somebody is not in town, will be back in 3 days. And I need to meet that person because I need a hard copy, I need a signature with blue ink. Cannot be digital. So it means there are probably other things I need to do first. And that's okay. I'm not going to stress about it. There's not much I can do about it. So I'm just going to go with the flow and see where things lead me. I set my intentions. And I may even record some more videos this week, because I have been having a few things that kept coming up, but I didn't feel during the weekend to sit down and record, and especially not for my hobby channel, the aviation channel, because generally that is much more work to put the right pictures or the right video parts on top of my voice, because in the aviation sector people love to see something, not just a person sitting and talking, although there are some successful YouTubers who are just sitting and talking. But somehow it's not what I like to do the most, and I don't want to copy people, so I have my unique way of making my own videos, and I'm getting between 100 and 2,000-3,000 views, depending on the subject. And I generally don't know in advance if a video will give me 5 views, 10 views, or 3,000 views. I mean, I was literally shocked by the one that reached 3,000, or even more. I don't know, to be honest. I remember when it hit the 2,000, I was like, But that's a hobby of mine, and even there I choose when I do it, and not like, but I really should be doing it. No. When I feel, I do, and then it just flows. I don't try to force things. Things don't go that well. So have a beautiful week. Take a moment to feel, or maybe you're already, because I'm talking slowly, you already landed and are already feeling what you need to do. See you next video. And as always, if you have questions, suggestions, if you need help, contact me. Like, subscribe, and share.